Watching 13 News, Kansas News Leader.
Shawnee County officials are making a list and checking it twice when it comes to how they want to spend your tax dollars. Commissioner Aaron Mays is here to update just how this process works and why it's important that he hears from all of you as they do these talks. Welcome to you.
Thanks.
So there are kind of two things we're talking about here. There's the actual budget,
right,
and then there's this capital improvement plan.
Yeah.
How are they different, and how do those discussions unfold for both of those things?
Well, the capital improvement plan is part of our budget, but it also includes some things that are funded by other sources than our general fund. And so when we say budget, I mean, generically speaking, we're talking about our general fund budget for the most part. But then when we do our capital improvement plan, it's really a kind of a roadmap for the next 5 years of the projects and equipment that we're going to need to purchase. And so a lot of that is funded from the dedicated sales tax for Gage Park, or our road and bridge fund, which is funded by the half-cent sales tax that was passed back in 2017, and some things like that have, or maybe even grant funds to some extent. So it's a little bit different, but really it's all part of the same overall county budget. You
heard one of the first presentations on the capital improvement plan yesterday. We reported on it, and what was the figure, like $160-some million in requests? It's a little eye-popping. Do we have to come up with that money, or what is hearing that number? Put it in perspective. What does it mean when you put it against the backdrop of the entire process?
So that number is all 5 years put together, and it includes all sources of funding. So we're not going to fund anywhere near that in this year's budget out of our general fund property tax dollars. So that's what we were going through, is prioritizing needs and wants, figuring out what has to be done this year, where the money is going to come from to do those things, and then deciding what we need to not do at all or put off till future years.
Kind of a wish list?
I guess you could say that.
How do you prioritize those things?
So it's a little complicated for us because we can't really talk to each other outside of an open meeting, and so we get a scorecard that we kind of put together individually, and then our audit finance people go over it and rank it based on their conversations and things with us. So they put it together and then rank. Everyone seems to think these ones are high priorities and these ones are low priorities, and so we kind of go off of that.
What are some of the things that you heard yesterday in that initial list that to you stood out as things that this isn't a want, this is a true need that really we should think about addressing right away, that people might not realize?
A lot of times it's kind of boring stuff, like the air conditioner at the J.P. Lewis building is really old and needs to be replaced.
Sounds boring until we start getting complaints from the people who work there that they're being made to work in the hot conditions.
Right, yeah, so we've had some plumbing problems at the courthouse that we're funding to get that fixed, and that was one that came to us last year, and what we did is we funded half of it last year, half of it this year, so that way it didn't overly affect one budget or another. But a lot of that, parking lot fixes, things like that. We always buy 10 new police cruisers for the sheriff's department. So those are things that are always a high priority. Some IT needs that we're getting as well.
So the public, how do they get involved? And a lot of times, I'm going to tell you folks, we talk about how the county's having a budget meeting, this is the public hearing, give the public input, we go to cover it and no one's there.
Yeah, well, there are times where there are a lot of people there too. I've seen it both ways.
It has been both, I'll be fair, it has been both ways. But the point is, people should go.
Yeah, I mean, we need input. The more input we get, the better decisions we can make moving forward. What's not helpful is when people are just like, cut everything, So it is nice that when people do pay attention, they watch our budget meetings. They're all streamed online, so you can, and then obviously you can get news from WIBW and other sources as well about the things that we are doing and prioritizing. It's all on our website, snco.us or snco.gov.
now.
We changed it. So.
And your email addresses are all there as well if people want to email all of you commissioners and say, this is what I really want to see done?
Yeah, and we actually have a special email address, commission.mail, that goes directly to all three of us. So you can send one email to all three of us if needed as well.
And do you have a public hearing set yet?
So it has not been set.
Okay.
I believe it's going to be the beginning of the first week of September.
Normally that comes on an agenda and you guys approve it and set it. I know this is kind of early.
I think that's what we're doing at our next meeting on Monday.
All right, we'll stay tuned and we'll know what the day is. Aaron Mays, appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We are hoping for